What is up, guys? It is your boy Phil Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog, going into this final week of RGBL, and I gotta do a little explaining here. Yes, I said the final week because it actually got cut. We originally were going to do a 11-week season, but due to two coaches dropping out, I think roughly at the same time, we are going to cut the season upwards to week 8. So we are cutting 3 weeks out of the regular season. So that is a thing that is going to happen. So there is that. But this means that, which we don't know, we are currently sitting in 8th place, and the top 7 will go around because it's going to be obviously like the top 6 will, like the bottom 6 will basically have to battle out, and whoever finishes at number 1 is guaranteed a bye, and then I think would have to face the winner of the 2nd and 6th. The 6th one got face off. And that's it. Ow. Sorry, my cat Ouija here still has his claws and still kind of dig his nails basically when he still kind of digs into them a little bit. So, but yeah, basically we've dropped it down to an 8-week season. So basically, if I win versus Potato, I will solidify the pseudo 7th and 8th slot depending on win match. So basically, I have to beat Potato, who was our week 7 opponent, which I'm breaking the 4th wall. I have not played Potato. I will potentially be playing Potato tomorrow, not tomorrow, but as the video I'm recording it. I may have to. But we're also going to have to win versus pretty much the second best team in the league, and that is the Boston Blazingtons, or the Boston Blazingtons, I think it was. I don't know the coach's name, but off my head, but we're going against the Boston Blazingtons. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I really don't think we can win this match. This team matchup is just so bad for me. It really is really bad. But we're gonna try our best. We're gonna bring some fun sets in case if I do lose to gaming, which then means I'm not gonna worry too much. Because if I beat, let's say for some reason I lose to gaming and I somehow beat my opponent for week 8, then I have to hope some play around stands and I get at least the 7th seed. Because right now I'm pretty much guaranteed 7th seed as of right now, potentially. With a win, it does solidify that, but another win guarantees my spot in playoffs. But just being one of my 2 opponents will then come down to how other people do in their games and stuff like that. So a lot of confrontation and other stuff, but let's go ahead and get into the team. Like I said, we're going on. I believe their team name is the Boston Blazingtons. And then, like I said, this team matchup is just terrible. I'm going to do a quick run of the team, then we're going to speed run through mine because there's some generic sets, some creative sets, and stuff like that. So going against my opponent's team, he's got a Mimikyu, a Corviknight, a Rhyperior, Vikavolt, Dusclops, Girder, Noivern, Toxicroak, and Charizard with their G-Max Pokemon being Lapras. I love Lapras so much, but I'm going to hate having to fight this thing. This thing's going to be super stupid good versus us. Mimikyu is a massive threat versus us. Corviknight is even more of a massive threat versus us. Rhyperior is not a really big threat to us, but can do some work versus us. Vikavolt can be very annoying if it's Agility 3 attacks, Life Orb set. Dusclops is just going to be annoying because I can't even bring my Dark-type this matchup. My Dark-type has a terrible matchup in this game. So there's a Girder is something I can definitely see potentially if he wants to bring that. Noivern maybe can come, but I don't really kind of see it coming. Toxicroak can definitely be something potentially if he really wants to bring that. But I don't think he would. And then Charizard. Charizard could be a threat, but again, I think I have some good stuff that can check Charizard. So the 6 you see there, I think the main 6. The only one I can maybe see coming in is Girder over potentially Vikavolt, but I think Vikavolt's just too good to pass up. So let's go ahead and just break down the team here for you guys. We're going to bring, like I said, some fun sets, some weird sets, some creative sets, and just rock with it. First off, we're in Weakness Policy Hatterene. So this may seem like a extremely crazy and stupid thing to do, but I think it's going to work for us. So the goal is when I have Hatterene in, I am constantly going to click Trick Room if I get the right opportunity. And then I'm running 3 attacks. I was really debating on putting Calm Mind with either the Babiri Berry or the Casa Berry, but I ultimately went Trick Room because Trick Room is better offensively for me, and it really kind of helps my team more when it comes to the power that we're going for in this matchup. These 3 attacks check everything on his team for super effective to neutral damage to where they can potentially 1 to 2 shot things Once we get a weakness policy off, we can basically one or two shot every single thing. The goal is to try to set up the weakness policy if I can beforehand, before any shenanigans. But if I can't, then the goal is to Gmax and then click buttons versus his team. And that's what we're running Bold Nature to be really a bit physically bulky with 120 to still be really a bit offensive as well with max HP. And we're running the Bold Nature, so I'm really hoping we can do well. We're bringing Guitar Hero this week, and like I always do, guys, I bring every one of my Pokemon shiny when it's the final week, whether we're going to win the season, go to playoffs or not. But we're bringing Punk Rock, a.k.a. Guitar Hero, our Toxtricity with Shift Gear, Boom Burst, Overdrive. Boom Burst plus Overdrive. Overdrive alone literally has no switch-ins besides Rhyperior, which I know he's going to be bringing Rhyperior. Boom Burst is there just to some pseudo-check Rhyperior in some way. If this thing got a Water or Grass type, maybe this thing would just be busted broken. But we're running a very interesting Rhyperior. We're running a very Toxtricity set. Now, I literally need no speed after a Shift Gear to outspeed his entirety of his team. What I am actually doing is I have sped crept this thing to after Shift Gear actually beats Agility Vikable. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be really weird by that, but not only did I do that, I have enough speed to outspeed Vikable by 1 running modest max special attack and a lot of HP for a lot of bulk, because I want to be able to be tanking some hits and then dealing out dish. And then we have Toxic on there. Toxic is there for every time we see Rhyperior, we always click Toxic. The goal is to either get it on a switch in to click Toxic and then weaken it down to the point where Boom Burst can potentially be able to two-shot it at a certain range, or weaken it so far down where I can just freely click Boom Burst versus him, because he's got no switch-ins to Boom Burst. Like, yes, he has a Steel type, but his Steel type doesn't want to come in on an Overdrive. So I really think that our Guitar Hero can really click do some work for us if we can get it under the right situation. We're bringing Rex, who needs to be a male, so I need to make sure I do that right now. We're in that Mold Breaker, which means we can actually break through the skies of Mimikyu if we really wanted to. I know not having something like Poison Jab or Iron Tail is going to matter. Actually, now thinking about it, do I really need... I got Brick Break. I got the hit. You know what? I'm going to risk it. We got to just go all out. I think we just bring Iron Tail. Iron Tail is really good for the sense of the fact that it hits Mimikyu. And again, Mimikyu's disguise is ignored by Mold Breaker, which means if I get a +1 off, this thing can kill Mimikyu. I have to land my Iron Tail, though. If I miss Iron Tail, I lose this game to Mimikyu. Because once I get a G-Dance up, I'm pretty much clicking buttons versus Steve. We have enough speed to outspeed Mimikyu before we Dragon Dance, but I've sped crept Mimikyu to outspeeding my Lucario. Because I know he's not going to run max speed, because pretty much max speed is still not faster than a max speed Haxorus. But if he's figured out I'm going to do that and he runs that max speed set, we're in trouble. But yeah, Life Orb just hit as hard as he can, 52 HP for the bulk. We're in Quagmire, Trusty Quagsire. I'm going to let you guys down. We're really limited at options. Like, really almost half of my team can't come to this game. The main 5 are the best ones I have. Low-key, just it. And then the 6th one had been one mon that can struggle, but can still do season damage. We're in mixed defensive, but leans to the Spadef nature, even though it's the same thing with 176 in HP. Toxic and Recover is just the only way I can do it against the majority of his team. So if we can try to burn things with Skull, that'd be great. We're bringing Choice Banded Cincino here with max attack and enough speed to outspeed the Mimikyu with Tail Slab, Knockoff, Rock Blast, U-Turn. Knockoff is super good because Banded Knockoff to Dusclops can do some major damage. And then if we can just lock into Knockoff versus it, that's really good. Tail Slap, if I can get rid of the Rhyperior and the Dusclops, we can win with it. Rock Blast is there for Lapras, and it's really the better answer to Corviknight if it wants to come in on us. U-Turn's really good for pivoting in and out. This Mon is really just going to be able to hopefully dent some things and cripple some things. And last but not least, we're bringing Zen, and we're bringing a very interesting Zens this week. We are running max HP, almost near max special attack, 22 in both my defenses, which is really weird because we're running Sub-Nasty Plot. Now, Sub-Nasty Plot's very interesting, you may ask yourself this, but my Dual Stab does check so much off his team. And with Steadfast, if he tries to find some ways to flinch me, I get my speed up, so I'm faster than everything in the scene except maybe Noivern. But that's the team, guys. Again, I don't know if I can win this matchup, but we're going to very much try. We're going to have some fun with it. But all else, I've been Phil Shock, and thank you so much for watching. Peace.